Okay, guys, welcome to Empowered Elites Team Call for January 27th. I am super excited to see your faces. I feel like it's been a year, even though it's only been a week. I just want to say thank you to Laura for stepping up last week and running a team call while I was gone. That's what teamwork's all about, you know, helping each other out and stepping up when it's needed, too, because I am not, the only one that can do these things, and I would like to make sure that you guys know if you're ever wanting to step up and share something on a team call or plan your own team call to share with us because you feel like you have something that would be helpful for everybody, please just reach out to me and let me know. I would love to start hearing more from you guys about things that you want to share or you want to talk about so that you're not just listening to me yap every single week. But anyways, does anybody have rank advancements from the past 2 weeks? I don't know if
I do. But also, I want to recognize Lacey Hayes, who I don't think she's on the call right now, but she reached Emerald. But she might be jumping on soon. And also, I just want to also recognize Katie for jumping on and leading my team call while I was traveling, too. So it's freaking awesome. So thank you.
Congrats, Lacey. An awesome job, Katie. I saw that. You overcame a fear, right? Hey, it's always scary the first time. First couple times, anyways. All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to share or anybody they want to shout out for doing something awesome? No? All right. Well, I was kind of sitting down to try and plan out exactly what I wanted to share with you guys from leadership, but honestly, a lot of it was things that are kind of hard for me to share because they were just like stories from our VP or from our CEO and things that were just, very impactful, but kind of hard for me to come back up with as they were not my stories. I do have one of the girls that I was with who recorded all of them. And as soon as she has them up, I'm going to share all of those with you. But there is a few things that I have kind of reflected on. Mom? Okay, babe, take your shirt off then. That I need to be working on as a leader and that I know that I can be better about teaching you guys. And also it was just really a great reminder for me that this business really is about the basics because two of the coaches, we had Bonnie Engel and Melanie Mitro that were there guest speaking at New Leadership. Sorry, guys. And what they were talking about was basically doing the consistent behaviors, but in huge magnitudes. But it just said to me that I think a lot of times we tend to overcomplicate this business and just, get our heads with all these million ideas that we are so, that we almost get stuck and forget about what the business building behaviors are, and that is the vital behaviors. Because both of them, that is what they talked about very heavily in doing in our own businesses and in teaching your coaches to do. So that was just kind of an eye-opener to me. I think sometimes you think that you're going to hear all these, crazy impactful things, that they're doing something different and that there's a secret to this business, when in reality, there is no secret. Declan. So there is a couple things that, I feel like I took away from it that I know that I can do better and that are things that I know I can be better at teaching you. And, that is really stressing that you are a sum of all your training. And that stuck out to me when that was said, because I know wholeheartedly that if I didn't show up to national wake-up calls, to team calls every week, to trainings, to listening to other coaches, that I wouldn't know 90% of what I know. It's not like I am just some, genius that knows everything about this business. I am still a learner just like everybody else on this call. And I am always eager to learn with a pen and paper from other people, because you never stop learning and you never stop growing in this business. But it all comes down to being insanely consistent with the vital behaviors. And if you were to do just those vital behaviors alone, I can guarantee that you would have success. And, the thing is that I forget which coach said it, but she was like, it's not the business that doesn't work. It is not Beachbody that fails people. It is that either people don't take this business seriously and treat it like a business, and they don't do the consistent work every single day, or they never even get off the ground. They never even get out of that starting block and give themselves a chance to succeed. And that hit me really hard, because I can't tell you how many coaches I have brought onto this team in the past year and a half that have never even given it a chance to work for them. And I want to make sure that you guys, I'm sorry, Declan just turned the light out. We can't turn the light out. Stop. Kelly, Kelly, will you talk for a second, please?
So anyway, as Dana was saying, people that aren't being consistent in getting off the ground. I don't really know where she was going with getting off the ground. Obviously, I see a lot of people not get off the ground as well. And I know that has to do with either not believing in themselves or the opportunity. I would like to know what Dana's insights are as to why people don't get off the ground. If I'm being honest. But yeah, I mean, I got nothing really with this topic, because I feel like this is something where I have myself struggled. So I see all these people come in, they're super excited, and then they don't give themselves a chance to shine. So number one, kudos to all of us for getting on the call and jumping in. Dana, I was just saying, like, I'm really eager to hear your insights as to why people don't jump off the ground. I was at a loss a little bit.
I believe it was Jeff Hill that was talking about this, and was talking about how, it's like runners. They do all this training, they get ready, and they get in the starting blocks. And then if we don't help our new coaches, or we don't as a team kind of rally to give people the support they need, and we as uplines don't help people have that confidence to get off on the right foot, people get stuck in the starting block. Because if you think about it, the longer that you wait, like once you sign up to be a coach, if you just kind of sit on it and you get stuck and you don't really take any action, the harder it is to get out of that starting block, right? And it was just so simple but so impactful to me of how important it is for us as leaders, for when we bring new coaches into this team, to help them get started right so that they have the best opportunity to succeed. And I'm personally, having, seen all I saw in the past, couple days, I'm very proud of the team culture we have. I'm very proud of the heart of this team. I'm very proud of the integrity that we have as a team. There was a lot of discussion of, some shady kind of things going on and some cutthroat kind of things going on within other teams. And I'm just insanely proud to have you guys as people on this team that are respectful, that are integrity driven, that have the hearts to run our businesses like we do, because that is not the case with every single person. And I just, I want to thank you guys for doing this with me in a way that really matters and keeping your hearts in the right place. But with that said, like I said, I just want to make sure that as a whole, we all are doing our best, that when we sign someone up, whether it's a challenger or a coach, that we are really wholeheartedly giving this person all that we have to help them be successful, whether it's with losing weight and starting a new nutrition program, or as a coach, helping them learn the basics and helping them get out of that starting block, because that makes all the difference in the journey for a lot of people. And the the next thing that I wrote down is that we have to stop making doing lists and we have to start making action lists. And I know if you guys are anything like I am, because I still do this a lot, I will write down a to-do list. I write down a to-do list every single morning. This was mine today. And I put a lot less now on it than I used to. But I used to put so many things on my to-do list for the day that were outside of the vital behaviors that I would get like 3 done and feel overwhelmed and then feel like a failure. And so my call to action for you guys is to first and foremost, above all else, get your power hour done first. That is always the most important thing that you need to do for your business. And if you have extra time after that to work on a blog or to spend some time on your social media posts, or go above and beyond those vital behaviors, then great, do that. But make sure that every day when you are sitting down to work your business, that it is focused and it is effective and that you are doing those vital behaviors. Because if you're not doing those every single day, I promise that once you start doing those, you're going to see a big, huge shift in your momentum. And just kind of a side note, a little tangent here for a moment. While I was gone, and it's very uncommon of me for me to not do power hours, but when I was in LA, it literally was so busy and I had so much going on in my mind that it was, I did not do a power hour for 3 days. I checked in if I got messages, but I didn't actively do power hours. When I got home and I kind of got back in my groove on, what was it, Monday? I dove back into doing my power hours, very focused, very effective. First thing I've been doing in the morning from here on out, that is my game plan. That is the first thing I'm going to get done every single day instead of putting it off. And I signed up 5 people yesterday. And I do not say that to brag, but I do that to tell you that if you are consistent in building relationships and sharing on Facebook and doing your personal development and doing all those basic things, there is no way that you are not going to be hitting your goals, helping people, bringing coaches onto your team, and really connecting. It's just inevitable if you are showing up and doing those things every single day like we say we are. And can I see a show of hands if you've ever lied to yourself and said you've done a power hour when you probably really haven't? Because if you're not raising your hand, you're probably lying. So can we all make a commitment right now as a team for the next, hopefully forever, but for the next 30 days, I am going to challenge you. So up until February 27th, that you show up and take 1 hour out of your day every single day to do the vital behaviors and see the difference in momentum in your business. Will everybody do that with me? Yes. All right. I'm really sorry. I'm a little distracted with Declan at the moment. He had a cold when I got home, so he's been super grouchy and clingy for 3 days. But they mentioned with talking about the vital behaviors, the law of harvest. Hold on a second, guys. I'm really sorry.
I got this one. With the vital behaviors, though, I just wanted to say, I have to admit that I also didn't do my power hour while I was gone very often. And it is amazing, honestly, how much momentum you gain in your business when you're really doing that power hour every day. So I'm actually really excited to commit to doing this every single day, reaching out to people with you guys, and then once that momentum picks up and you're like, oh yeah, wow, what's changed? I just decided to actually do my power hour every single day and not make excuses for myself. Your business is going to boom. February will be a freaking amazing month just by deciding to really commit to that power hour, because I don't know. If I'm being honest, I definitely, like Dana was saying in the beginning of this call, make other things a priority, working on my training and putting some tools together for coaches. And sometimes it just definitely gets put on the back burner, but it's not something that we can afford to, like, I've been sitting at the same Success Club points for a while now in this month because I didn't make it a priority. So just wanted to, you know, and I don't know, it's really powerful how the shift is when you actually commit to just doing that one behavior.
It is. And I guess what I want to nail in, as you know, as a lot of you are just starting to develop your teams now, you know, I've said this for a while, that you can never expect your team to do something you are not doing. You can never expect to build leaders on your team if you are not first leading by example. And as developing leaders, you need to be willing to go above and beyond, to be consistent, to show that it can be done and that it is worth being done. And just to keep that momentum growing for yourself. But it's, you know, more so in the fact, like Kelly and I can both speak to the fact that when you, you know, have a team and you are helping other people grow their businesses, that it is sometimes really easy to put your business off, or to get off track, or to get consumed in helping challengers, or to get stuck doing busy work, things that are not actually really being effective for your business. And, you know, one of the most important things that Bonnie Engel, that's what she said, was your power hour is what needs to be done first and foremost every single day, before you do anything else. And that is exactly what we need to be teaching our coaches to be doing, because those are the behaviors that build the business. But the next thing I was saying was the law of harvest is that what you put in over time is what you are going to reap later. And this is not an instant gratification business. You know, this is not where you sign 3 people up and you're making $1,000 a week tomorrow. This is a business that grows slowly and consistently over time. And I just, you know, on the other side of it is that I want to share with you guys that if you set goals, you know, and you're not just insanely focused to get up every day and work towards those, then there's something that is off within you or within the goals you're setting. Or maybe you don't really understand why you're doing this business. But if you keep setting goals and missing them and resetting them or not setting them at all, it's time to dig a little deeper and see why it is that you are sitting on this call right now, and what it is that you really want to get out of this long term. Knowing where you want to go is important. And I forget who said it. I just mentioned this to the new coaches, but they were talking about it's like playing a game of basketball, and you're dribbling and you're practicing as a coach, and all these, you know, trainings you're in and team calls. And, you know, you're working up to go take your best shot to hit a goal. But if you don't know what you're aiming for and you don't have a goal, there's no hoop to shoot at. So you have to know what you're going for and why you're doing it, so that it's going to drive you to accomplish those things. And with every little goal that you hit, it's going to drive you to do more, because you start to see your capabilities and your potential, and you start to feel more confident. And those things are important, not just as coaches, but as people in general. We want to feel like we're doing well, right? So if it's been a while since you've reevaluated your goals or set some goals for yourself and put some dates to them, you know, do that for yourself tonight and think about where you want to be, you know, by the end of February or by the beginning of March, things like that. And then the next thing that I took away that was a really kind of an eye-opener for me is that these coaches that we're talking, they are so systemized, like ridiculously systemized. And I, by nature, have told you guys before, I am not the most organized person. I slowly, over time, have created system, whether it's trainings or, you know, new coach welcome emails, new challenger emails, all those kinds of things. But in part, I did not just create those for myself. I created those for you guys so you would have something easy to duplicate and utilize for your own business. So my suggestion to you, because I wish somebody had taught me this when I was a newer coach, is get your systems in place now. And no, you don't have to do them all at once. And no, you don't have to make them from scratch like I did. You can go right into the files in our team page. You can go and copy and paste my new coach welcome email, my new challenger welcome email, put it in a file, add your own little touch to it, save it to your computer. And every time you sign up a coach, a challenger, you just shoot them that email so that you know they're getting all the information they need. You feel organized as a coach, and you're treating this like a business. Because you just can't fly by the seat of your pants forever. It doesn't work that way, and it feels 10 times more stressful that way. So I just want to make sure that you guys are being resourceful with what is there for you. And I am personally working very diligently to add to the New Coach Bootcamp so that that is more effective for new coaches. As you know, I started New Coach Bootcamp calls. I'm going to be doing them bi-monthly from here on out so that new coaches have a place to connect and get on a call and ask questions and be taught face-to-face twice a month. And also in the works, we're going to have a leadership training that is going to be to help coaches get to Diamond and beyond. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do before I went to leadership, but now I'm probably going to do it a little bit differently. So not exactly sure when that's going to be done yet, but I just want you to know that it is going to be in the works for all of us to utilize. So my whole point of that is I just want to make sure that you guys know from the get-go how important it is to have systems for yourself so that you feel organized, so that you're not forgetting about people, so that when you have new coaches come onto your team, that you are giving them that best to help to get out of the starting block like we talked about. Does that make sense to you guys? Does everybody know where to find all of those things? Okay. Does anybody have any of those things in place yet? Just out of curiosity. Yeah. Kudos if you do.
Hey, I have this idea.
What?
I've been working on it and I'm almost ready to share it, but I'm putting together a new coach bundle in the G Drive. As you know, I use the G Drive, but it's going to be like all of the email templates, all of like getting started right processes for coaches, like challenger check-in emails, all the team calls and like slides from the calls. But I'm just going to give that like as a gift, I guess, you know, to all new coaches that start. So like they can start their coaches, they can send the challenger emails, they can have all the email templates all in this one spot. So I don't know, it's almost done, but I feel like for me, the G Drive works really well. So I'm excited to just have it all there.
You're a lot more technical than I am, but I'm excited to see how you do it and how it works. That's awesome. There is one other thing that I just kind of feel is something I want to share with you guys, and it's not really necessarily anything like training wise, but I don't know if you guys know our CEO, Jeff, or the Vice President, Jeff Hill. He's the guy that runs the National Wake Up Calls every week. But I was able to meet him, and he also gave a little speech at the last seminar that we were at New Leadership. And it was kind of strange because he started out, you know, by talking about how, I don't know if you guys know, but on the top 10 trips, they go, you know, to Italy, Bora Bora, places like that. And they went to Italy last year. So he was talking about how on the top 10 trip, you know, that everybody was going to take a bus through this big, long, windy road of beautiful, you know, vineyards and countryside, and that our CEO, Carl, wanted to bike ride it. And Carl, you know, comes out with all his bike gear on and he's ready to go. And he says to Jeff, "Why don't you come with me?" And Jeff says, "Well, I don't know. I'm not really sure if I want to do that." And so Jeff ended up going on the bus. Well, you know, when they get to where their destination was, you know, and they had watched Carl going up and down all these hills on his bikes and all these things the whole way. And, you know, they get there and I guess Carl said to Jeff, "Man, I wish you would have gone with me. It was the ride of a lifetime." And so his message to us was, When things get hard in this business and you're going to have ups and downs, and it's not always going to be easy. And, just making the decision to start and to show up every week like you are is a lot more than a lot of people do. So kudos to you on that. But his whole message was, that this is not, entrepreneurship is not always easy. It's not always convenient. But if you know your purpose and you know your passion and you know why you're here, because you know where you want your life to be 1, 2, 3 years from now, and you have big dreams for your future, the ride is just a lot of the beauty of it. And, if it was all easy and pretty, it wouldn't be worth it. And he said to us, don't be a Jeff. Don't be that person that gets on the bus and takes the easy road. Don't be that person, that backs out when things get tough, or when you fall flat on your face and you miss a goal, or you have a really shitty day and you don't want to show up. Show up and do it anyways. Because this whole journey is something that is just as life-changing as the destination that you are trying to get to. And so it's, become a joke between me and the girls that I was with that, every time they wanted to back out of something, we're like, don't be a Jeff, don't be a Jeff. So I thought that was a really cool way to look at things. Don't do it just when it's easy. Don't do it just when it's convenient, because those are not the things that are going to change your life. You have to show up and do this every day and give it all you got, whatever that is. Do your best. You know yourself. You know what you need to work on. You know what you do daily more so than anybody else does. And if there is things that you need to change, then start working on those things daily to change them. I personally, this going to new leadership was a goal that I missed last year. I had my first diamond come onto my team, and she hit, sometime in October. And then I had, Kelly come on, and Kelly hauled ass to diamond. And then my first coach quit. And so I lost 2-star, and I lost qualification for the leadership conference, right before it happened. And actually I'm wrong, but I actually had my first and my third diamonds quit. And that sucked. It really sucked to miss a goal that I wanted so badly, because I then wanted to develop into a better leader for the team that I was hopefully going to be growing. But, when I look back on it now, it wasn't meant for me at that time. And honestly, the getting slapped of, falling on my face and having 2 people quit on me like that was way better of a lesson than it ever would have been if I would have just got to that leadership conference easily last year, because it meant so much more to me this year to go, knowing that I earned it and that I have, leaders on my team that believe in this and believe in what we do and are running right alongside me, and have brought all you guys into this. And now we're a big, huge team. And I just want to tell you guys that it's okay if you miss things, but don't let that, kill your thunder and steal your fire, because maybe, you're going to see in the long run that it was better that you didn't do it then. And there was a lesson in it for you. And if you're able to look at your struggles and your failures, and those missed goals as learning, opportunities for you, it's going to help you grow so much more as a person. And it's going to help you grow so much more as a leader, because you're going to understand that when you're teaching your coaches as well. And even your challengers, when you're struggling with your personal journey, that is something that you're going to be able to help them with. So, my suggestion for you guys is, if you really want to run with this business, work to get yourself to 2-star and get yourself to that new leadership conference next year, because it is just absolutely incredible to be surrounded by leaders, to be surrounded by people that have worked their asses off against all odds, people that don't believe in them, haters, doubters, showing up and doing the hard work on themselves, and to, pour this opportunity into helping others every day. And just to get to sit there knowing that you earned this and your team earned this, felt so incredible to me, knowing that I was going to step away from that as a better person than I went into it as. And, it's honestly, 2-star, guys, I know that we talk a lot about emerald and diamond and all those things, but 2-star is where you should be setting your eyes. Because that just means that you're getting yourself to diamond, and then you're helping 2 people do the exact same thing that you did. And that is, you know, what building a team is about. It's about you getting really good at the consistent behaviors, you working really hard on yourself to show up. And like I said, be a leader, lead from the front, do those things that you would want your coaches to do. And I still ask myself this all the time. If my coaches were to do what I do every day, would they be successful? And if I can answer that wholeheartedly yes, then I know that I've done well for the day. And if I can't, then I know that I need to do better tomorrow. So, set your eyes on hitting diamond if you are not there yet. Look at the leadership ladder. Look at the areas you need to grow in. And start sharing this business opportunity, because that was one of the hardest things for me to do in the beginning, and it really hindered me from growing a team and from sharing this opportunity. And guys, the thing is, can you all say right now that this opportunity has changed your life in some way? Yes? And do other people not deserve to feel that like we do? So then is it not selfish if we are not sharing that opportunity? Yes. And since I have been constantly reminding myself of that, I have been sharing the business opportunity with at least 5 people a day. And the thing is that I think a lot of that in the beginning is fear, because you have this fear of people are thinking I'm trying to recruit them for sales, or people are trying to think I want to make money off of them, or people don't really understand what I do. The reality is, if you lead with passion of why this opportunity has changed your life, whether it's physically, mentally, financially, having the community, the support of friendships and women who are positive and supportive and push you to be better every single day. Maybe it's your hopes of, financially in the future, if you're not seeing success from that yet. Whatever it is, if you remember to lead with passion when you are sharing this opportunity and take all the details off the plate, it doesn't really matter to people. It's like speaking gibberish to somebody who has no idea what this opportunity is about. So share why it's been impactful for you, and share that all the time. Guys, you have the opportunity. We have, as coaches, the opportunity to change the courses of people's futures. And that is not something that I take lightly anymore. And I know that when I didn't do my best to share this opportunity, that I was being selfish, because this has changed my life in every way possible. And if I don't share that, I'm being selfish. And so I would encourage you guys, if that is something you slack on or something you struggle with, figure it out. Find a way to find it in your heart, to share what it is you love about this opportunity and why you love it. And yeah, not everybody's going to say yes to you, and that's fine. This is not for everybody, but your job is to find the people that are going to believe in this like we do, that can run with us and change their lives right alongside us. And that is my 2 cents on that. And there's one more story I want to share with you guys, since it's only 9:12. But after Jeff Hill talked about his bike story, he mentioned that what we do as coaches, we leave a mark on the world. And I'm pretty sure that I might cry right now, but everybody in the audience was crying when he told this story, and I don't really think I can tell it half as good as he did. But Jeff Hill I think he has 8 children. And he was sharing how ever since they were little, when he would travel, he wanted to remind them that he loved them, and he wanted to remind them, that he was leaving his mark on them. So every time he went on a trip, he would draw on his children's hands an X and an O in permanent marker, so that the entire time he was gone on his trip, every day his kids could look at their hands and be reminded that their dad loved them. And essentially that is what we do as coaches. We are being brave and stepping up and standing out to be better versions of ourselves, to do the hard work that other people are not willing to do, so that we can truly make an impact and leave our mark on people. And you know, if you haven't been a coach for a long time, this might be hard for you to understand how helping somebody sign up with Shakeology in a workout program could change their life. But once you've been doing this consistently long enough, you're going to start to get messages of people thanking you for changing their lives. And there is no better feeling than that, knowing that you made a difference just because you had the courage to reach out and invite somebody to this opportunity, whether it's a challenge group or coaching. You know, and I know I get messages from some of my coaches sometimes that, you know, they're so thankful that I didn't give up on them because I followed up with a lot of my coaches for months and months before they signed up. And, you know, did that take courage on my part? Yes. But did I know it was worth it? Absolutely. You know, we as coaches can never take for granted what we have to share for people and the mark that we have to leave on this world. You know, this is a business, guys, yes, but the bottom line is our heart is focused on changing people. And if we help enough people change their lives, it is going to change our lives as well in return. And so when you're struggling, you know, to find the courage to share this with people, I would encourage you to think about, you know, that X and the O. How you're going to leave your mark on people's lives. What is the message you want to share with this world? You know, when you get on social media, are you sharing things that are impactful to people, you know, that can really make a difference? Because that is the opportunity we have. And to me, it's just crazy that you can use a social media platform to literally change people's lives. Does that not blow your mind? Because it does for me. It's a free account and you can change the lives of hundreds of people. But I just, you know, that was basically the sum of what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm sure there will be more as I go back through my notes, but, you know, just really focusing on getting yourself systemized, organized, you know, being hell-bent on getting yourself to do the basics, you know, being relentless in sharing this opportunity. If we all do that together, imagine how many people's lives we can change. We have an entire year ahead of us right now. When I look back at how small this team was at this time last year versus what it is now, and the amount of people that we have helped in a year, it's crazy. And if we keep growing like that, there is no doubt in my mind that by the end of this year, we will have helped thousands of people. And not only that, but your life will be in a very different place than it is right now. So I hope this was helpful in some way. I know I've just been kind of ranting, but it was a really awesome thing to go to. And I really hope that you guys set your goals to be there next year. Because there is no more, you know, powerful learning force than learning from people that who have gone before you and done what you've done. And being surrounded people that are, you know, on the same path as you, just like we are. So, and if you guys are incentive driven, somebody asked me what they gave us at leadership, so I was going to show you. They gave us Beachbody backpacks. And they gave us hats and scarves. And I just showed Amanda how ridiculous it looks on me. But these are our hats and our scarves. And we got samples of the performance line. So if you guys didn't remember, they now have Energize and Hydrate in the 10 packs. Those are great giveaways for challenge groups or for samples if you want to send them to customers who might be interested in them. Does anybody have questions about anything?
I have a super random question, actually. Of course. I just figured out, I feel like, how to contact my leads. Like, they're actually responding. I got, like, 4 people to respond, which is, like, freaking huge. I included a picture, and I don't know if it was the photo, whatever. Anyway, one of them, I can share what I wrote. But anyway, one of them's a guy, and he's like really, I feel like he really needs the support, and he's doing P90X, and he's been like emailing me pretty frequently, and he friended me on Facebook, but like, I don't really know what to do with him. Like, he's doing P90X. Like, he told me he would like to be in a challenge group, but like, I mean, don't know. What do you like? Have you had a
Honestly,
guy
it depends. I think because I mean that's a pretty rare program, so you're not going to find a challenge group where people are doing that. But you could either add him into your current challenge group or like your wellness community, so he has some kind of accountability, or you could reach out in DTC and see. Yeah, they just said Mia. Mia has a group with a bunch of guys, or like you could reach out to Tony Krugel or somebody like that and see if
Okay.
they could get him in a.
So random. Like, I can't believe he's like more into it than like most girls, honestly. And I'm like, I don't like. I really want to help. I don't know where to put you.
With women, if he's determined. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on the guy. Ask him.
Yeah. Random.
Kelly, Tony and I have a challenge group that has some guys in it. So if you want, I can put him in ours.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it 21 Day Fix only?
No, it's a Be Your Best challenge group. So it's everything like Hammer and Chisel, 21 Day Fix, Size, Insanity.
Okay. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Can you add me and then I'll add him?
Okay, we're starting a new one up this week, so I'll get it all situated and I'll add you and you can add him.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Christina, are you talking about shake and shares like in person? Hold on.
Yes.
I have done I mean, it was a long time ago now, but I have done like booths before at like I can't even think of what it was called. It was for like a cancer walk. I did 2 of those where I set up a booth and I just had transformation pictures and did like Shakeology samples and all that kind of stuff. And I did a sheet where it was like a free drawing for Shakeology and a shaker cup or something to get people's names and emails and whatnot. So that can be helpful to like build your network. I didn't really see a lot come out of it, but I mean, I was, like I said, it was a long time ago and I probably wasn't relentless in my follow-ups like I am now. But Shake and Shares in the back office, in the Coach Online office, there is details of exactly how to run a Shake and Share if that is something you want to do. I mean, if you have a lot of local people in your area that you could invite over, that would be something awesome to do. I personally don't, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of like mommy groups, and another network marketer was talking about something along those lines. Not that we would do a co-branded thing because that's not allowed, but something everyone come over, try samples and make it informal, but this is what I'm doing sort of thing.
Yeah, you can do that.
I've been thinking about doing one too lately, Christina, because I have a lot of people here, but I thought about like doing like a breakfast, like, I don't know, like fruit, like coffee and like shake up. I don't like making it super casual. Like even, I don't know if you saw that I started a book club and like, I was thinking like, oh, I could like incorporate the two, even like come chat books and try Shakeology. I don't know, like something random like that to like make it more chill.
You could do Christina as well. I haven't done them in a while, but I used to do Shakeology groups, like Shakeology and clean eating groups. And if you guys, this is one more thing that I forgot to tell you about systems, so I'm kind of glad you brought this up. From here on out, because I started this a couple months ago, but I've never been consistent with it, I am going to start making a calendar of the next month, like a week ahead of the end of the month, or possibly 2, so that everybody knows, especially new coaches coming into the team, know when there's the next challenge group, a next free group, when the next mentorships and stuff like that are going to be starting, and all the calls, so that everybody always has an idea of what's going on and what's coming next. And it will allow us to be more effective in recruiting and placing people and all that. And personally for me, when I'm organized and I know what's coming, then I know when I need to be posting about certain things and things like that. But what I was going to tell you is that I have been, I mean, there's been an exception of a couple months, maybe 2 or 3, but I have run free groups almost every single month since I became a coach. In the beginning, I did clean eating and Shakeology groups where I would just order extra packets of Shakeology. I would promote it. I would send people like a 5-pack of Shakeology. They would send me a check for $35 or whatever. I charged $5 a piece, and then I would put them in a group for a week, and I would share some clean eating recipes, some like Shakeology recipes every day, and then I would share, you know, like nutrition facts about Shakeology and why it was so helpful. And honestly, if you run them for 5 to 7 days, if you think about it, when you have a new challenger and they just dive in from the get-go and do clean eating and Shakeology, they already start to feel a difference within a week. So that might be another idea for you if you don't necessarily want to do shake and shares. But those can be really effective, and they're pretty simple to put together. Free groups are where it's at to build relationships. Anybody else have questions? Y'all look like you're falling asleep. Okay. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, we'll let you go since it's 9:24. But I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to see your faces. And bear with me as I'm making some changes with the new coach boot camp and calls, and creating this training with some of the leaders from the team and all that. So there's going to be a lot more organization, and hopefully it's going to help all of us do better. So Declan is laying in bed right now with the iPad. Yeah, quiet is usually not a good sign. Alrighty, guys. Well, I will see you next week. Thanks for hopping on. Bye.